What many need to understand, especially newer people in the market, is that it can take a lot of time for these longer term trends to play out. We're obviously going through one right now in terms of Shiba Inu. We're going on this, multi-month consolidation phase, almost 4 months now, which may seem tough to some people. Guys, I've been covering Shiba Inu for a long time, and I've seen these play out before. These long consolidation periods, they happen. But there is a specific trend I've been watching in terms of SHIB and in terms of BTC, and it's very consistent between the two of these, and it has to do with supply. And I don't think people understand what this is doing and when this is going to hit, what this is going to do it to the charts. And what we've been seeing is this constant removal of supply. I've talked about it for Shiba Inu before, so I won't get too much into it. We're basically at this point where we've seen the least amount of Shiba Inu on exchanges ever, apart from, when we obviously first hit centralized exchanges. But this trend is also consistent for Bitcoin as well. And right now, even though BTC has been going through this consolidation phase and hasn't really made much headway here, we're at this point where we're at a 6-year low in terms of Bitcoin available on exchanges. Now, you need to understand that this doesn't always immediately reflect in price, right? It's the same reason why when we look at something like Shiba Inu, even though the price was higher up here, there's way less supply available down here. It isn't always a direct correlation. And what it has to do with is supply and demand, right? So right now we're at this time where the demand is kind of backed off just a little bit because of BTC dropping, because of, the lull in the summer. These are kind of the normal things that we experience at this point in time. And then there tends to be this switch that gets flipped, whether it's, big money starting to buy, whether it's shorts being liquidated, whatever it is, there's basically some sort of catalyst that gets things going. When you look back at the historical charts, we've seen this in terms of BTC and the overall crypto market many times. In fact, you guys look at last market cycle, you guys can see that typically late July is kind of a time where things start to get a little spicy. All right. We saw the basically spike out of nowhere in terms of BTC. We've seen that in other cycles past as well, right? Obviously, right here, this one was actually in June, but a spike that sent things off. And that's kind of what we're waiting for right now. There's going to be a point where this low supply on exchanges is actually realized. And when people start buying, there's less basically holding you down. Hopefully that makes sense for people. And when it comes to something like Shiba Inu, we experience the same thing. All right. Right now, there hasn't been a ton of demand. Shiba Inu, I don't know why I just almost said that weird. Shiba Inu is something that benefits from times where retail is excited, where retail is chasing assets and buying heavily and new capital is entering the space. And that's not happening right now. All right. It hasn't been happening since March, which is why we've been in consolidation for most assets in the space. It's why we've been basically tracking along with the global market cap of crypto. There just hasn't been much to really push us up. But that doesn't last forever. All right. You may get complacent. Some people I know, I've seen it. Some people are pissed and I get it. Right. Remember, guys, I'm a SHIB holder too. I want things to just move up and to the right. But I've been in this market long enough to know that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you have to be extremely patient and just kind of let things play out. And that's why me personally, I don't even look at my balances right now. I know what I have, but I really frankly don't care because I don't plan on selling anytime soon. I always plan for late market cycle. I know that these are long-term assets. They're not quick flips. These aren't like, new meme coins or things like that. We're talking about blue chip assets. We're talking about stuff that has staying power, that's been in the space for a long time, that frankly isn't going anywhere. All right. So now we're gearing up for these times where demand is going to increase and is going to affect the charts in a much more significant way, because the amount of capital that we see later on in this market cycle, as we get into alt season, as we get into the year following the halving, those are where this sort of stuff, this low supply available, makes a lot bigger impact. Hopefully that makes sense for people. I know some people have questions. Some people may not understand this, but supply and demand is a big thing. And when you continue to remove supply, and all that's left is demand, things start moving very, very quickly. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.